All right, we're live. Thanks a lot.
All right, welcome everybody. Sorry about that. Welcome everybody. This is our November live stream and Q&A session. It's been a crazy month. Derek and I, we just got back from Romania about 2 weeks ago, working with the team on the mobile wallet and the payment platform. It's been, it's the past year. We're coming up on I guess the 1 year anniversary of the TokenPay blockchain. And we've already accomplished so much. Our blockchain it's still going strong, still has 2-second transactions. We've done partnerships with like TOKENSUISSE and Token Escrow and Litecoin Foundation and Charlie Lee and Verge. Everything that was in the TokenPay white paper, we're on track for that. And we've even added things, like EFIN. Crypto, it's an ever-changing industry. And the great thing is we get to be dreamers. We get to try to do things that just haven't been done before. We get to be innovators, and we listen to our community. We're crypto fans ourselves, and we see the holes in the entire space. I mean, it's why our main mantra is that we're bridging that gap between like the old financial world and the new crypto world. Like we said, in our white paper, we're going to buy a bank. We're going to do all these things through that, and we bought a bank, and in a way better jurisdiction than we originally planned for. And that whole integration, buying a bank is not like buying just a normal business. I mean, it's a significant undertaking. There's a lot of like regulatory approval. There's a lot of red tape. They want to know business plans and background checks and everything, so that's taken a while, but we're still in progress. We're still on track with our white paper and just what we've accomplished in just this first year. The whole problem though is that people still don't know crypto. They still don't know what Bitcoin is. They don't know who we are. We released a video on our YouTube channel where we stopped random people on the street. We asked them, what do you know about Bitcoin? And their answers they surprised me. I even, got a hold of the production company thinking like, hey, is this staged? This has to be fake, right? Everybody knows what Bitcoin is. And they said, no, it wasn't fake. It's real. People, they still don't know Bitcoin. So everything that we're doing with our entire ecosystem, it boils down to increasing the, adoption and usage in areas where we feel that crypto, is like a perfect fit for crypto, such as remittance and ATMs and, online gaming. So we have a few updates for you. And then after those updates, we're going to go into, a live Q&A. So hold your questions, until we get to, the Q&A part of this. So first is the new TokenPay mobile wallet. This is for Android and iOS. Right now, we are putting like the finishing touches on the apps. We hope to, possibly release that later today. Realistically, it could be tomorrow or Friday. We just got approval actually for our Apple developer account. And that took a lot longer, than we expected to happen. And once, Apple still has to approve the actual app itself. And as soon as they do, then the app will be available in the App Store. The Android app, like I said, we're putting the final touches on it. That'll be on the, the Play Store as soon as we're done with it. Now, the app, the mobile app, it's a simple TokenPay only wallet. We've designed it to be minimalistic, easy to use. The goal is we want to, be able to plug multiple modules into it at a future point. At a future point. Like we could include multi-currency support, for like other coins we're partnered with, and like Bitcoin. We could. The ultimate goal is to have the TokenPay wallet be like an all-in-one wallet for all your crypto needs. Where you can buy it with your credit card, or you can find ATMs to buy or sell TPAY. You can like find or locate merchants in your area that are plugged into our merchant platform. You can like read reviews from them. You can, swap coins, with other coins. This is you won't have to use multiple wallets for handling multiple coins anymore. It's just one wallet integrated with EFIN. This is our own solution. We didn't want to use another, open source. We wanted to build our own from the ground up. So that's what we've been doing. And we will be releasing that, for open source sometime next year, so that other coins, can integrate with our wallet, to truly make this like one wallet for all of your crypto needs. So you want to add anything to that, Derek?
Yeah, I think when people kind of look at what we've done or what we're trying to do, it's sometimes in business you have several decisions to make. Sometimes it's fast, quick, and dirty, or sometimes it's a little bit long and higher quality. And given obviously our roadmap and what we've done, we've decided to really take our time and really release things that make sense for us, have higher quality, and are increasingly scalable. Some of the problems with some of the solutions and even partnerships or potential partnerships or things that we saw were very short-term minded or definitely not solutions for us. So the TokenPay wallet is basically our first iteration of that. However, right after that, sorry, I get calls. Right after that, we will, in December 19th, so we will be releasing EFIN, which is our second largest product that we will ever release. And then after that, in the meantime, we'll keep on updating the wallet. And then sometime first quarter, potentially second quarter, we'll start having a new wallet, which will be having a lot of integrations with EFIN and stuff like that. So when you look at our roadmap, and I think this is a little bit more of an admission, sometimes it's hard to really estimate a lot of these things. One of the most important things that any new business has to do is finding the right people and finding the right talent. And given delays that we had, and we had to refund all the Americans, which we did successfully, and we also had distribution of TPAY, and people still not knowing what it was like to accept TPAY coins, because it's a very different process from some of the other stuff. That definitely delayed a few things. And I know we mentioned a few things in our roadmap that were probably a quarter or two away. But it was better for us to delay stuff and find the right team than to just find some private label solution or something, just slap our name on it and say, yeah, it's, this is good and we'll build on that. Sometimes it's not the best. Now, in saying all of this, I will say that because we've decided to take this road of higher quality, we have gotten a lot of interest from a lot of people globally, looking at our technology, looking at our infrastructure, and saying, we want this. So it allows us to put us in a position where we can be a private label provider, where we just kind of slap their logo on it and run the operations ourselves, or we can do a lot of massive joint ventures with them. And these are really, some small companies, some medium-sized companies that are really looking at us. So because we've made these decisions, because we've delayed a bit, because we found people that are doing higher quality work, whether it's the product design and developers, people recognize that that is the right approach in the real world, not the crypto world that wants an announcement every single day. People are coming to us and really wanting to work with us, which is really amazing. And whenever we do deals like this, now the deals are really about functionality and use case. And one of the deals that we're working on right now could potentially bring millions of people to be exposed to TokenPay and all of our technologies and EFIN as well. So for us, it is an amazing opportunity. And it's one of those things where as a business, sometimes it sucks to really delay things. And the community sometimes may not understand, but I would rather delay something, a quarter or a month or whatever it is, because at the end of the day, after that, it could reap massive benefits for us. Okay, so just want to keep you all in mind with all of that. Okay, and I'm the first one to admit, if there's something wrong or if there's a delay, I'll say, hey, look, there's been some little bit of delay, but it doesn't mean that we are not doing it. It doesn't mean it's been canceled. It just means that we're working on what makes the most sense. And sometimes this is just normal for business, right? I keep on telling people all the time, I said, you know, iTunes has updates, no joke, every week. And people don't realize, like when you log into your computer, iTunes always asks you, you know, download iCloud, download iTunes all the time. People don't realize it gets updated literally 30 times a year or 20 times a year. And it's normal. It's normal in our world, in the software world, to really do that. So what I'm asking for is patience. I'm asking for patience and understanding of what we're trying to do, because at the end of the day, we're not building, you know, some small scale type solution. We are building a massive ecosystem and doing it in divisions with the right people and the right, you know, if we feel the right people and the right developers in place to really help us take us to the next step. And when you start to see this entire vision that we have and you start to connect all the dots, you will really, really grasp what we're trying to do. And it's really massive. So just thank you again, for those who have been patient, and for those that haven't, then I'm really sorry. But, you know, just want to really reiterate all of that for you guys. Okay. So, I mean, in regards to the app, I have it here already. I have it in test phase. We still have a few more things to do. I actually kind of want to show off a little bit about it. It's right here. Here's an example. Here's a few things right here, transactions. There's still a few things that we need to change. They're being changed right now, but we've already uploaded the app into the Android store, and it's just once we fix these things, we'll release it immediately. Again, it's a very simple app, but it's something that that we're really proud of, because, you know, it's just the starting point for us. Okay, I know it's a long soliloquy, I guess, to that reply, but just want to let you guys all know that we are really doing a lot of stuff. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
No, it's good. People, you know, people need to hear that. So, yeah, we have, you know, you spoke some on EFIN. Well, we have EFIN launching next month. We have that scheduled for December 19th. That's something that, you know, we're really excited to release. You know, EFIN, it's the first ever true decentralized trading platform that, you know, directly addresses the liquidity and trading volume issue. You know, other like real decentralized platforms, you know, they have low volume, and, you know, so your trades can, you know, take forever to get matched, and nobody wants to wait around. You know, so we're addressing that liquidity issue, you know, through two ways. We're doing an incentivized trading rewards, and we're using a network of integrated order books through other decentralized platforms. So EFIN it's non-custodial. So only you have like control of your coins, over your private keys. We have nothing to do with it. We can't access it. We can't control it. You know, if our domain name or our hosting goes down, you know, you still have control over your assets. And, you know, EFIN, it's like the decentralized hub of our entire financial ecosystem. I mean, every piece of that ecosystem like relies on this exchange platform, like merchant services, and fiat conversions, and gaming. I mean, this tech will be integrated throughout the entire ecosystem as the exchange engine for all of our transactions. And the EFIN coin, the coin directly ties into, you know, this integration by being it's like the first coin to support infinitesimal. Now, infinitesimal, it's a second layer protocol. It's our blockchain development, you know, company BlockSize. They've been working on it, and that provides near instant transaction speeds. So, you know, right now, EFIN, you know, the platform, all the trades are done on chain. So those trades, the speeds depend on, you know, the speed of the respective blockchains. So when infinitesimal launches, trades will be done off chain. So they are almost instant. Now, we talked about, on the last call, we talked about the EFIN membership. You know, that'll be launching really soon. So with that, you'll have the opportunity to become a premium member. And with a premium membership, you get, you know, unlimited no fee trading. You get bonus EFIN coins. You get additional TPAY staking rewards, you know, paid in EFIN. You get things like, you know, airdrops of future coins, and, you know, jump to the head of the line customer service. And, you know, if you've ever had to deal with support from exchanges, you know, that can be a nightmare sometimes. So we'll have more details coming up really soon on the actual, you know, EFIN membership program. or the opportunity, but that's going to be launching very, very soon. Derek?
Yeah, no, we're really excited about EFIN. It's been a lot of work. Been almost 12 developers from the block size team that have been actually working on this. One thing I just want to mention that that there is one caveat, I guess, one difference between a centralized and a decentralized exchange is that whenever a transaction is made, it takes a little bit longer than what people are expected to. However, there's the pro to that, and it's that when you get your coins are yours. And if you look at the situation like with Cryptopia, where the wallet maintenance was down, the exchange had those coins, your coins, and you couldn't take them out. And it's one of those things where you can panic when you have those coins and you don't know when you're going to get them back, or you don't know if this exchange has been hacked, and it's really dangerous. So what's going to happen, and I want you guys to all be mentally prepared for coins that are really fast. For example, like TPAY, you'll be able to get your coins. When you see the trading book, you'll be able to kind of see and get your coins really fast. For coins like Bitcoin, though, it'll be just kind of like when you send somebody Bitcoin and how long it takes to process. So if you see a trade for Bitcoin, you execute that trade, you'll see it on your dashboard that you've initiated a trade, but you will basically get your coins as soon as it is confirmed, right? And that's extremely important, especially when you make sure that the network doesn't have any double spend attacks and stuff like that. So keep that in mind, that there is a pro and a con with all of this. Now, because of technologies that are coming out, for example, Lightning Network for Bitcoin, and eventually stuff that's coming out for Litecoin, there are a lot of side chains and eventually atomic swaps, which will allow these transactions to become faster and faster, okay? And that is part of the roadmap for the next 6 months up to literally June, July of next year, that we're going to be improving on EFIN. So EFIN, when we release it, will not be the final version. It'll be the first version, and then there will always be continuous updates and a lot of things that we will have. For example, a mobile app that's just dedicated to EFIN, and then we will have obviously the backbone of EFIN integrated into TokenPay so that you can do simple swaps, which is basically trading, and you'll be able to do a lot of things. We look at EFIN as not just a trading platform, but eventually the ability to be able to add other apps into it so that you can customize EFIN to be able to do different things. When I spoke to the developers about this about 7 months ago, I'm trying to remember, it's been a blur. I said that I wanted EFIN to be the Bloomberg of crypto. And what I mean by that is I want people to have information. I want people to have tools so they can see what's going on. I want to provide as much transparency of the assets they're going to be trading so that they understand what it is they're actually trading for. So like, let's say, for example, you have a portfolio strategy, you can work on a portfolio strategy. If you want to analyze or look at some of the stuff that's happening of a specific project, we'll be able to have data for you right then and there that will show you, okay, this data has this activity. This project has had no press releases or no news in the past 6 months. The CEO has never been on a live stream, stuff like that. So that and if anybody wants to get involved in a project, they're able to really look at what it is that they can make an assessment on, okay? Why do I believe this? Is because my background as a financial analyst at a hedge fund, I had literally a 200-point checklist of decisions that I made in order when I decided to invest in a stock. And I broke that down based on different categories. And with crypto, it's a lot of opaqueness with a lot of projects. So we can only do whatever we can show. And I think that it's important that if you are using our platform to own assets and have them in your possession, that you should be as well informed as you can. People always say DYOR, and I think that with EFIN, the goal is that you'll be able to do your own research with the EFIN platform as kind of that touch point and connection to what's going on. Again, that's a vision. This is the vision that we have for EFIN. It's going to take a while, but the point is that this is the roadmap that we have for at least 6 months, if not longer. So keep that in mind, okay? Our goal always is to make this an amazing user experience, an amazing experience for people to own crypto and understands that when they're trading, they're actually getting something. They're not beholden to some exchange, and that they have as much information as possible. And this is why we're doing all of these memberships. These memberships are not just for, you know, bonus coins. They're not just for trading fees to be waived. It is really to have early access to our vision, because as we start to really increase and expand this platform and we add all of this data, we will be able to increase the level of membership cost. You know, Bloomberg costs $2,000 a month per terminal. That's $24,000 a year. EFIN will only cost $300, 300 euros a year just for the premium. If we keep on adding more and more to EFIN and EFIN itself, then you're looking at a massive opportunity and a massive platform that can do a lot of amazing things. So that's what I would like to add. It's not something that I've ever really talked about because it's been pretty internal about what we've been working on. But I think that since we're so close to our release, I wanted to really talk about this now so that the community should understand what we're trying to do, and to also, you know, have some patience, because there is a massive vision behind this. And there's a lot of work and a lot of people behind this. So we just want to make sure that you guys all understand that this is not just the final thing and that's it. This is really version 1.00, and it's going to be, you know, gradual improvements. But in the next 6 months to a year, you're going to see a very good EFIN, an EFIN that's very well rounded. We'll do a lot of things. It'll be faster every month, just given the technologies and the stuff that we can do out there. It'll be safer, more secure. And that's just the way technology works. Okay. So hope that was clear.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, the EFIN that's coming out, it's great just to be able to have people to actually see and use it, or to see what we've actually worked on, you know, so far. To actually, you know, it's good what you said, Derek, going over like part of what our vision is, you know, so that people can really get in tune to our thought process on what we're doing and why we're doing it. You know, like the merchant payment platform that we're releasing, that's slated for December 27th. I mean, that vision is we want to be the PayPal of crypto. You know, PayPal makes it really easy for you to transact, you know, online. We want to do that for crypto. You know, we're merchants that can easily accept crypto and, you know, convert to fiat. I mean, we've been focused on making it really simple, really easy to use. We haven't been focused on onboarding merchants at this point because, I mean, frankly, we haven't had a product yet. You know, but in, you know, next year, that's one of the things that we're going.
Not only that, we had to have an app first, because one of the first things we noticed was that we wanted to have a better app, because if we want to onboard merchants faster, we'll be able to link them to our app much faster. So they had to have an app first to be able to have a TPAY wallet. Some of these merchants have never even had a Bitcoin address or even crypto address. So why even make it difficult, right? And eventually when we have multi-currency, it's going to really enhance the merchants to be able to onboard, because they'll be able to see that. So there's a lot of different reasons for why we delayed merchants and added and used resources for a team to push up a lot of stuff for a wallet. These are things that I don't really have to mention all the time to the community. It's just business decisions. So we try to be as transparent, but sometimes we just can't. There's just too much stuff going on. But this is the thought process. You know, you have to really think like, what's the logical process that needs to happen, right? So anyway.
Yeah, all that. I mean, it increases our adoption, you know, and it gets our brand recognition, you know, all over the place. When we have like hundreds of thousands of merchants globally, you know, accepting TPAY, we have our logo all over the place. I mean, as strong as our community is, you know, people still don't know who we are, you know, and with everything we're doing, you know, next year, all of that changes. You know, that's the vision that I have for TokenPay. So next update I want to go over is CryptoBet. So we've released new screenshots of that on Twitter, new homepage. It's, to me, it looks amazing. We have, you know, people messaging us, talking on Twitter and Telegram. They can't wait to, you know, play with it. It looks amazing. Right now, we're working on integrations with, you know, some of the industry leading gaming providers. They're almost finished. It takes a lot longer to integrate, you know, these gaming providers into a blockchain environment, especially considering what we're doing with CryptoBet. Like once, you know, your account is fully set up, you can play casino or bet on sports, and you're ready to cash out. So you just tap the the payout button and it's sent to your wallet. I mean, that requires a lot of integration work, to make sure that everything works seamlessly and that you don't have to wait days, for a payout. So those will be finished really soon. We're also putting finishing touches on the actual, gaming area, just making sure it looks, really aesthetic, really, amazing. So that's scheduled for next month. So really the last thing we have on the call, hopefully everybody already knows about it, but earlier we released we started the TPAY treasure hunt. So we put 2,000 TPAY coins into, a wallet. We released that wallet address, and we've been releasing, clues that unlock that, the private key. And so right now, Derek, he's going to reveal the final clue that, a one lucky person, they're gonna, when they figure it out, and hopefully they can, maybe they'll figure it out during this call and they'll put it in the chat or later on Telegram or Twitter. We'd love to know.
No, they already won. Some guy actually got the coins already. They brute forced the last 4. They actually figured it out. They used a script. I actually talked to the winner. Yeah, so it happened like yesterday. Some math professor from France, or so he says. Don't really know, or she. Don't really know if it's a he or she. So the clue that I planned on saying was that it's an acronym clue. It's 2 acronyms, and the first one was the acronym for a state or country worldwide. And the second clue would be the acronym of a government organization that's used globally. And so very broad clue, very broad clue. I didn't want to give any more, but I wanted to make it as hard as possible. But that would have taken somebody probably a few hours to figure out just by getting lists on Wikipedia and trying to figure stuff out. But it's broad enough that it would have been fun. But this last person actually gave us advice on the next treasure hunt, which we would like to do for sure. Maybe sometime next year, in the first quarter, maybe the second quarter. I'd like to release a bunch of stuff out, and I like the treasure hunt because the way it was structured, and I want to shout out to the 4 guys that were out there, Dirk, and a few of the other guys that really helped out. It really got people to really educate themselves about our entire ecosystem and our products. And I think it's a great way to do marketing. That's why the original treasure hunt was 1,000 TPAY, and I upped it to 1,000 TPAY, or doubled it. And the reason why I did that was because I really like the educational value that people were getting from it. And when we do it next year, we will definitely make it so that you really try out all of our stuff, all of our apps and stuff like that, and download, and maybe even include Easter eggs and stuff inside the apps and stuff like that, so you can get the clue. There's a lot of cool things that we can do. So I really liked it. I thought it was very fun. I think people were really having a good time with it. From the data that we saw, or that I was told, we had about 600 people participate in the beginning, and then because the clues got harder and harder, we had about, I think, 150 or so that were remaining. And then the winner actually advised us to make it harder. So we're definitely going to do a lot of different things to make it harder next time. Maybe we'll do more than 2,000 TPAY. I don't know. It depends on a lot of factors. But was really happy about the whole progress of the treasure hunt. I would have liked to have had the winner today just by figuring it out, but it is what it is. The person told me that they could have solved it 4 days ago, but they waited and waited and waited, and just decided to just take it just because they were afraid. They were afraid that somebody else would take it faster. So props to that person, I guess. So, but anyway, thanks so much everybody for participating, and for the people that helped. They worked extremely hard, and I'm sorry for not mentioning all the names. I do know there was one person that I had one contact with about it, Dirk, and I really appreciate it. This effort has not been forgotten. I will be giving them some EFIN memberships for this. So That wasn't part of it. That was kind of my offer because I felt that they did a really good job. They didn't ask for this. I decided to give this to them. And we really, really appreciate it when people help us. It doesn't mean that anytime anybody help us that we would always give these things to them or to anybody, but it's always nice when people really go the extra mile, right? And like I mentioned before, in our entire ecosystem, there is a referral-based program to basically expand the awareness of TokenPay's ecosystem, whether it's an affiliate program with CryptoBat, whether it's with EFIN, or whether it's with the merchant services platform. So anyway, thanks a lot, everybody, for participating, and looking forward to the next one.
Definitely. So I guess now we're going to open it up for Q&A.
Okay, great. Yeah, I'm seeing a bunch here.
Yeah, there's a lot of questions here.
Okay, the iOS release. So what's going to happen is we've already uploaded it to the Android. We got approved about 2 or 3 days ago from Apple. The way it works is we have to submit, or we're already going to submit to the Apple Store today. Then it takes them, I think, maximum 6 or 7 days for them to actually release it. They take a lot longer to actually approve apps versus Android. So we're planning on submitting it today to the Apple App Store, and sometime next week we should be able to have it ready for everybody. Trust me, I have an iPhone too and an Android, but I have an iPhone, and I'd love to have it on the iPhone as well. Okay, so to me it's something my passion to also want to have it on iOS. So hopefully we'll have it next week. Again, it's up to Apple, really. They take up to at least 7 days, so it's up to them. Okay. I have a good question here. Why hasn't the Litecoin Foundation or the Verge team promoted or even spoken about TPAY, EFIN, or the TPAY ecosystem at all? Okay, that's a very good question. So actually, we have not approached them again to start helping us promote EFIN. That's because we would like to have the final page of EFIN out. We would like to have the software out of EFIN, and then we'll have everybody start marketing it and talking about it. We have right now talked to the Litecoin Foundation. They are actually reviewing and testing and looking at the EFIN exchange. We sent them kind of a code base about a few weeks ago, and we're sending them an update, I think today or tomorrow, and then they will be able to provide us feedback over the next couple of weeks before our release. So they are helping out. All of these people help out on the back end. Sometimes they're really busy, and I really don't want to bother them. You know, like Charlie Lee's always traveling and doing conferences, and the reality is every time he talks about the bank, he actually is hoping TokenPay. Sometimes it's very macro the way he helps us and not micro. And there are times that he is micro. He'll introduce me to journalists that are very famous, that have huge followings, that have huge podcasts. And he definitely helps the journalists filter through a lot of the good and the bad projects. And that's extremely important. And once we launch a bunch of stuff, it'll be easy for me to like join a conference with Charlie Lee, be a part of a moderator panel with Charlie Lee. You guys have to understand that this stuff does not just happen instantly. This is just a buildup. Once we have more products and more stuff to showcase and more execution, then a lot of the marketing and a lot of the benefits will start to really come out. So just be patient, okay? I mean, just understand this is part of the process. Purchase TPAY through the app? No, right now you won't be able to do that with a single app, with the simple app that we're going to release. It will be available in the Pro wallet that we'll have in the future. But what we do have is a link to some of the other exchanges and eventually EFIN. So you can go there and purchase it through there. So it's just what we have right now. Okay. Yeah, I'm not going to answer the Binance stuff. We've applied. We submit an application. We have to wait for them. There's nothing I can do. I mean, they have their process. It takes them 8 months or so. I don't know what to say. Yeah, so good question about Electroneum. We'd love to add them onto EFIN, and we know that there's a huge community for Electroneum. However, their GitHub is not very transparent and not very easy for us to be able to add it. It's a fork of Monero, and so it's not as easy. So we actually have to start and actually reach out to all the developers from their team to be able to help us integrate, because there's a lot of stuff that's a little bit opaque. So we definitely need to work with them. So don't worry, we are planning on adding them. We think that they are a very strong community. In fact, some of the people that own Electroneum actually own some TPAY, so we understand that. Okay, CTO, I promised you guys that I would announce who that is. It's been close to 3 months already. The CTO, his name is Elias Cooley. And so he used to work for a company called Elephant, which .ro, which is an e-commerce store that had about 30-something million in revenue. He's been growing 20-30% a year. And basically, he's been working full-time with us since September. I usually don't have them on our website or anything after 90 days, but for this case, because he is a very important person, I'll mention who they are a little bit earlier. So Elias comes from a background of being in e-commerce for 8 years. He worked previously before that at eMAG, which is the largest e-commerce company in all of Romania and parts of Europe. In fact, they're doing a really good job there. So he comes from e-commerce, which is perfect because we're doing merchant services, and so he's definitely spearheading that project himself. And obviously a bunch of other stuff. He's helped us recruit people that we've never been able to have access to. And find really, really smart talent into our team so far. And so we really like what he was able to bring to the table. So that's coming from me. That's who we've hired. But keep in mind, we have a lot of amazing people. We have people from our product team. For example, we have 4 people that I'd like to kind of recognize on our product team and design team. We have Bogdan, we have Oana, we have Stefan, and we have Diana. So we have 2 girls and 2 guys, which is a great balance for a product team. And they're the ones that actually did the UX and UI for EFIN. They're the ones that did the UX and design for the simple TokenPay wallet that you're going to receive. They did the UX UI for the merchant services. They're doing a lot of stuff for us, even stuff for the bank. So we're working right now also. Sometime next quarter, we'll have a new version of a blockchain explorer that's fantastic. It's so beautiful. It has so much data that you can really see so much. Like you'll see like how many transactions a day. You'll be able to see the average size of transactions. We'll be able to split and show you what are staked transactions versus non-staked transactions. We care about non-staked transactions because that shows real world adoption. We'll show you, some data, some history on a lot of stuff. So there's a lot of cool things that we'll be able to provide. Okay. Okay, wow, this is a very good question from Steven. Would TPAY consider to give banking customers an opportunity to purchase tokenized stocks, precious metals, and create investment portfolios? The answer is yes. With the opportunity to have a bank and that license, we'll be able to connect that bank to other official registered dealer brokers within the EU, so that with crypto, indirectly, you can go and diversify into other assets and other stuff. Because of the tokenization process of real world assets is still very, very early. It's not possible. But if you look 3 to 5 years down the line, it's definitely a product that we can do. In fact, we can right now, probably not now, but I mean, when we have like the whole integration with tech with the bank, you can just do a connection to a registered broker dealer. So like, for example, let's say you had Bitcoin, and then you converted it to euros, and then from euros you can actually put it in your checking account, and from your checking account it gets sent to the registered broker dealer, and then from there you can buy an asset. You can do that, but the goal really is to really tokenize or to really tokenize a lot of these real-world assets, and we're still very far from that. So you can do it like this archaic way right now, but eventually the whole point will be extremely seamless. So like, you can just press a couple buttons on your phone and you went from Bitcoin to like real gold, and it's just 2 buttons, right? And it's like a swap. So maybe instead of swapping, Bitcoin to another crypto coin, you'll go from Bitcoin to real gold bars that you have actual rights to. So a lot of cool things that can happen. It just takes a long time because we could do that, but you have to see what's out there. Like there are some cryptocurrencies that maybe, for example, that are backed by something. Let's say it's gold, let's say it's silver or copper, maybe it's a mining coin or like actual real mining, like they own pieces of a mine and then that's been securitized into an actual coin, then yes, we can do a bunch of stuff, but we're still very early. But the vision is to do stuff like that. Absolutely. We feel like the whole world should be tokenized. whether it's real estate assets. I mean, the fact that those stock market opens in the States from 9 a.m. to 5, 9:30 to 5 or 4 is just really archaic. I mean, the world is global. Stuff happens every single second of the day. So I think we're learning from crypto that, you know, there's a global world out there. Yeah, we'll look into the partnership with them. But I mean, again, if we can build it, why not do it ourselves, right? Again, these are just short-term versus long-term decisions. Sometimes partners that make sense to do it short-term. Sometimes it makes sense to do it ourselves, just because we have more control of what's going on. Let's see. Okay, do we stake EFIN software through the software? Yes, you can. So the way it works is the EFIN exchange, or the trading platform, sorry, is also an EFIN wallet. And so you'll be able to stake from there, okay? So you'll only be able to stake EFIN, not TokenPay. So think of it like the current TokenPay wallet is a full node. Imagine that for EFIN, but with the trading platform. And then what's TokenPay is kind of like a mobile wallet. It's just light. You can't really, it's like a light node, okay? So keep that in mind. So the answer is yes. If you receive EFIN coins, you can stake, and you can get your EFIN coin reward if you stake your coins within the actual thing. And that's why we did a proof of stake coin for the EFIN trading platform. Because if you have your wallet open, that means that you're expanding the actual network or creating nodes, but also because you'll have the trading platform there available. So whenever you need to do something, or you want to be able to provide liquidity or whatever it is, you can do a ton of stuff like that, okay? Any clue as to which companies are looking at? Oh, very, very good question. There's actually small, medium, and large types of companies. I've been talking to a few all over the world. But the reality is that once we launch, we have to make sure we start with a few hundred companies, maybe a few thousand small companies worldwide, get it going, do some integrations. And I would say that probably by the second, third quarter, let's say third quarter of next year is when, sorry about that, is when we'll start to see some of the more bigger companies start to use it. Because one of the things that big companies want to see is just a turnkey thing that's super easy to use, that they plug and play, and then just automatically convert and do a bunch of stuff. Okay. Bitcoin Romania deal still ongoing. We still have about a few more days of due diligence to complete. We'll provide an update sometime next week. Any buybacks? Nope, no buybacks right now as planned. XVG got listed on BitThumb, something you intend to follow? Perhaps, I don't know. I mean, EFIN is the trading platform that we're focusing on. We're focusing a lot of our energy and our marketing and our resources to making EFIN a success. It's come to a point where it's time that we focus on us and not on others' success. And that's really important that you all understand that every time that we list on these other exchanges is we're actually helping them more than they're helping us. As weird as that may sound, because all of you guys say that liquidity is important, I can find you 20 to 30 coins on Binance that have no liquidity and no interest whatsoever. And that goes to show you that just because you list on an exchange does not mean anything. It means nothing, okay? And there's a lot of factors that play into that, okay? So there's obviously rumors coming around about Ripple. I will say that we are working obviously with a company that is already working with Ripple. So anything that we do actually will help Ripple, believe it or not. So we're considered more of the foundation and infrastructure for this partnership that we're working on. In regards to India, yeah, maybe one day I'll go to India. I don't know. I got to put in my schedule, but I won't go until we have a lot more stuff released. Okay. Let's see. Any other questions? Okay. What is my thought about the bear market? I don't know. Okay, hold on. There's another question before that. Have we finalized the process for claiming EFIN? Did I understand that there will be a new wallet compatible to hold both TPAY and EFIN, and you will claim EFIN with signed messages from the wallet? Okay, so the way it works is you have to stake your TPAY on the full node wallet, and then we'll be able to track that with when you submit your address into the EFIN trading platform, and then when you submit that, we'll confirm that it is you, just based on the information, bunch of factors. We probably will have some level of a message to confirm that it is you. And then once that's done, then after a 30-day period, sometime probably the end of January, we'll be able to release those coins for the people who are the specific membership plans and stuff like that. So there is a process. We definitely want to have people staking their coins in order to receive it, and it's basically one time for the platinum and premium, and then over a 1 year period for all the standard members. Once those coins are gone, they're gone. So really important to understand that. Okay, what is the thought about the bear market? Do you think we hit the bottom? I think we kind of have, and I'll tell you why. I believe that about a week ago or so, I saw massive capitulation. I saw people in the media saying a lot of negative things. I saw people panicking. I saw people talking crap about Bitcoin. I heard some of the craziest things, and I just thought, wow, I mean, there's people that probably saw Bitcoin going to 1,300 and go to 100. And they dealt with that for years. And what I am more optimistic about this time is that the investments that are being made in companies, it's not slowing down. It is increasing, and that's extremely important. You'll see things like, backed still being done. You'll still see ETFs being pushed in Europe, right? With the ETP that was released. I mean, you're starting to see more and more stuff. There's more releases coming out, more activity on GitHubs. Like, there's a lot of stuff happening. And I think that that's the beautiful thing, is that there's a lot more stuff happening and a lot more awareness is going to be done. I think a lot of good projects are going to start to spend money on marketing to get it going. And that's going to help a lot. And I do believe that this is a little bit different from the past one. I don't know how long it's going to take. I do believe that we hit some level of a bottom. We could have another crazy bottom that hits just out of panic to really wash out a bunch of people. But I do believe that we're either hit it or really close to it. I don't think that this is going to zero. There's no way Bitcoin's going to zero, and that's because there are real people in this world that need Bitcoin. They need this decentralized sound money that's out there. Okay, TPAY credit card. Again, we talked about this, and I think I've talked about it on this previous live stream, but also in Telegram. I try to go on Telegram as often as I can, probably a few times a week, and go into the main chat. We had a few companies that we talked to in regards to the credit card. We actually got in contact with Wavecrest, with the previous executive team at Wavecrest, and they really, really gave us a lowdown of how the business works and what worked and what didn't. And the reality was that a majority of the money that they made was actually in the last quarter of last year, November, December. And that was because when people were rich or felt rich from the price of Bitcoin, they were able to spend on stuff and use the credit card. But now when things are going down, there was really no use, or there was a drop in volume. So when they told me what their volumes were in the beginning of 2017 and what they were at the end, I mean, it was a vast, vast, vast difference. And the reality is, if we did this, if we started to use a third-party provider to kind of use this, which we could, no problem, and we'd be able to launch in three months or so, would we start to lose money every day? And that's a concern to me, because we have so many other projects that we're working on and a lot of infrastructure stuff that we're building. So for me, I'd rather use that money and save that money for doing it with the German bank. So again, we have plan A and plan B. But at the end of the day, it's more of like, what's the right decision for us? So I'm sorry, I think I lost the link here. Let me get it again. Sorry, Steve, I talk so much.
That's all right.
I think people also sometimes want to just hear me. I don't know. I don't want to hear myself. I'm tired of hearing myself. So. Okay, so let's see. Let me go back to some of these questions. I really want to answer a lot of these questions because I think all of you guys deserve it. As long as you're patient with me, I can be patient with all of you. Let's see. Okay. There will be no option for fiat to crypto transfer right now for EFIN. That's something that we'll probably have to do with the bank when we have it all regulated. We really, really are careful with crypto to fiat. It's a very different ballgame when you start involving fiat. But we will be able to potentially connect you to a few other partners. So there's ways to do it, but just not through our platform. Like, we can't have like an easy button that says convert and deposit. Like, we can't do that right now. But doesn't mean we can't do it in the future. And if we did do that, then we would have to do the whole KYC process. So I guess pick your poison. So consider that anytime you do anything where it consists of dealing everything with an actual fiat currency, you have to follow the rules and regulations, and you have to have the licenses to do that. But to do kind of provide a stopgap solution or a bridge, we can connect you to like 4 or 5 companies in the EU, for example, that can do it for you. And it doesn't really matter, because EFIN really is like you trading with it's like you going to a bar or a restaurant and 10 people having different coins, and then you literally communicating and literally trading those coins at the restaurant bar. That's really what EFIN is. You may not know who those 10 people are, but you're able to trade those coins, right? And at the end of the day, you still have to get those coins, and you have to go to the bank or go to the company that's able to convert it to fiat, and they're going to ask you, how did you get that? How did you get it? Did you earn it? Did you earn it like through a company? And of course, it's their choice to decide whether it's worth converting or not, or do they trust you? So these are some of the things that occur when you start to involve conversions to fiat. Yeah, BNS. No, what happened was, I'll tell you the story. We definitely contacted them and see how we can get with them. They delayed and delayed and delayed and delayed for months. Didn't even hear back from them. Then all of a sudden, they came back from out of nowhere, and we were really, really not happy. And we said, you need to lower, the cost of listing. They said no, and I said, fine, I want a refund, and then they gave it back. It's pretty much what happens. So I'm sorry, but I don't deal with people that really delay and waste their time. And this is not the first time that this has happened. It's very common with a lot of these exchanges, which is why I'm so passionate about EFIN, because I'm really tired of dealing with a lot of these exchanges, to be honest. They're not very professional. They don't understand the value of a customer. They really don't understand that what we're bringing to the table is probably 90% better than a lot of the stuff that they deal with. So to me, it's more like I'm tired, or I'm done. So to me, it's like, if people want to add us, great. If not, I'm okay with it. You guys have to understand that that's a good thing, but maybe some of you don't. So I can't really talk about market cap and price and speculation or anything like that. I don't know. Obviously, somebody's calling me a lot, so sorry about that. Let's see. I think we're good. Nope, we don't have any master nodes. We'll never do master nodes. Yep, no OKEX exchange. Not interested, and don't want to deal with that right now. Told you, EFIN is our priority. Yeah, so I think we're good. I think we're good. Steve, anything else you want to add? It's a long call, 50-something minutes.
No, I don't have anything.
Okay. All right. Okay, everybody. So thanks a lot for your time and your help. Really appreciate it. We'll keep in touch. We'll have another call in December. Same time. I think it's the fourth week of the month, the last week of the month on the Thursday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay. All right, everybody. Thanks a lot for your time. Bye-bye.
All right, guys. Bye.